This
Start my
conference
today's
will
session
now
with
be
the
recorded.
okay. So previously we have discussed about how to draw the normal 2D drawing tools. So drawing tools like a line, rectangle, circle, as well as the curves, and moving the sketch from one location to another location, and as well as the rotation and mirror, like that we have learned in the previous classes. So next tools are in the drawing itself. There are some advanced tools. So here you can see, observe my cursor. So in the drawing panel itself we have advanced options. Okay, so this projection, just a minute. Sorry for the disturbance. So the projection tool is used in the 3D modeling. So I will explain how it is going to be used. So leave this single tool, and I will explain this later. So now I'm drawing some line here. Okay, so like this I have drawn a line. So after drawing this line, so here it is a continuous line. Okay, so it is a continuous line. So I want to make this continuous line to a construction line. Okay, I want to convert this line to a construction line. So here we have option called construction. So select this option. Next, select this line which we need to convert it into construction. Just it will convert any line into a construction line. Okay, at the same time, if you want to again undo this construction line to normal continuous line, just conversion vice versa. Okay, so like this, either we can convert a continuous line into a dotted line, or else we can convert the dotted line into a continuous line. Like this we can do our conversion. Okay, next one is create a construction. So for example, when we are drawing some objects, so we need to, just a minute. I'm very sorry for the inconvenience, sir. So I think there won't be any disturbance for that. Okay, so I will continue with my class. Okay, so instead of converting the normal continuous line to a dotted line, so but before itself we can activate this construction. So after activating this construction, create as construction. So whatever the geometry we are going to draw, it will automatically convert into a dotted construction lines. So for example, I'm going to select a line. So here I'm going to starting point, give the starting point and end point. Here it will automatically, wait, wait, just a minute. I'm opening a new sheet. I'm selecting this XZ plane for drawing the 2D sketch. Now I'm going to activate this construction, create as construction. So I'm drawing some lines here. See, so in when we are drawing itself, the line is converted into a created as a construction.
Ma'am, if you don't mind, can you repeat once again?
Yes, I will repeat once again. So whenever we are going to draw, so for example, we need to create when we are drawing itself, we need to create some construction. So in that case, we are going to activate this create as construction. Okay, after activating this create as construction tool, so whatever we are going to draw, everything will be it will be drawn in a construction manner. Like everything will be in a dotted line. So for example, previously I have drawn some lines here. So now I'm going to select a circle. I'm going to draw a circle in a construction. Okay, or else I'm going to draw a rectangle. So everything, whatever the tool we are going to use, everything will be created in a construction. Every line will be in a construction line. So or else we can directly convert individual lines by using convert construction. Okay, so for example, I'm going to inactivate this construction. Okay, so I'm going to draw some lines here and it will create a continuous line. So after drawing, we can directly convert. For example, after drawing, I have realized that this line should be in a construction. So what we can do, directly select this line, and here we have a tool called construction. Okay, so directly select that one. So whatever the line we have decided to convert into a construction, it will be converted by using this construction. Okay, or else when drawing itself, we are decided to make that diagram in a construction line, or a reference. So before selecting the tool itself, for example, I'm going to draw some circle. Okay, so I need to draw the circle in a dotted lines, which is nothing but construction. So I'm going to activate create as construction. So we have activated this create as construction. So when we creating the circle itself, it will create in a construction element. Okay, so these are the tools for converting or else creating the lines and circles, rectangle as a constructions. Next one, for example, I'm going to select some like points. Okay, so I have placed some point on the circle here and here. Okay, so now it is too difficult to find individual points to draw or delete. Okay, so or else, for example, I have drawn some line here. So a small line. So I have drawn a small line like this. So if I cannot select the small individual line. So or else when we are going to when we are doing some modification, so a small portions and curves will be left out. So how we need to clear all these minute points and the small lines and curves. So how we are going to erase them? So here we have clear sketch tool. Select the clear sketch. So after selecting this sketch, here we have some options regarding the clear sketch. So just select them. So here it is asking whether if so clean B-spline curves. So B-spline curves is nothing but spline curves and as well as the delete elements. So and what are the elements we need to delete? So here identical elements. So irrelevant elements as well as the points, and when it comes to the arcs and lines less than 0.025. So we can adjust this limit also. For example, I'm going to increase it to 1 mm. Okay, so under the 1 mm, so the lines or curves whatever will be there, so under 1 mm, so it will be completely erased. So now I'm going to click on OK. So directly I'm dragging my cursor from here to here. So under the selected area, so you can see the orange color highlighted area. Okay, so under the area, whatever the elements is there. Okay, so everything points and small curves or like lines, everything will be cleared. So now I'm going to click on finish. Okay, just a minute. So I'm going to turn off the B-spline. Now click on OK. So right click. Just a minute. So I have created some points. Okay, so click on clear sketch. Select these points. Right click. See, all the points will be deleted. Okay, erased, as well as the duplicates also. When we are creating a geometry, there will be some duplicates will be generated. So the for erasing those duplicates also, it is very easy by using clean sketch. Okay, so next one is convert to curve. For example, I have drawn this line. Okay, and making it into a continuous line. Okay, so now I need to convert this line into a curve. Okay, so directly we can go for convert to curve. So select this one and select the line which we need to convert. So this is the line. Current selection does not contain any analytical elements for conversion. Yes. See, so now it has midpoint. We can convert into a spline curve. So okay, previously it is a continuous line. Okay, straight line. So what happens? We have converted into a normal line. So same way, once again I will apply to here. So I am converting this construction line to normal continuous line. Okay, so here I am going to apply this. I am going to convert this straight line to a spline. Okay, so now it is converted into a spline curve. Now I can directly select the midpoint. Okay, whatever the curvature I need to, I can move it. or else I'm going to add one more point in this node in this curve. Okay, so here I can drag it. It is not taking, but it is converted into a normal curve. Okay, so there is a straight line. I'm going to convert this curve, straight line into a curve. Okay, see, now it is asking about curvature. We can move these points. Okay, or else one point is not enough for me. So I'm going to add one more point on this curve. Okay, so now we can even the additional point also we can manipulate. Okay, we can adjust based on our curvature requirement, or else we can remove also. So I'm going to add one more point in here. So these are all the nodal points for spline curves. So like this we can convert a straight line into a spline curve. Next one is a fill. So fill is nothing but whenever we are going to represent some material cutting session, so we will apply the fill here. So I have drawn some rectangle shape. I'm going to apply the fill. So here we can apply a color, pattern color, as well as the solid colors. Like for example, I'm going to apply normal black color. Okay, so just angle is there. 45 degrees it is asking. The default it is taking. If we want to change the angle, okay, instead of 40, I'm going to take some 30 degrees. Okay, next spacing is also there. So first I'm going to select the closed area. So spacing is enough for me, so we can leave it like that, or else we can adjust the spacing also. Okay, so each and every hatching will be in a uniform manner. Okay, so like this we can form normal hatching, or else we can apply the solid coloring also. Okay, see, there is no fill by default, there is no fill, so I am going to apply some blue color. Okay, so this is the area. See, entire enclosed area will be covered with a solid blue color. Okay, so like this we can apply fill colors. Next one, frame orientation. So I will discuss this frame orientation later. Next one, last one is nothing but axis revolution. Axis revolution is also a 3D application. So for applying 3D protrusion, so we are going to use the axis revolution. Okay, so I will explain it in the 3D. So next one, I'm going to clear all these things. Okay, so now my sketch is empty. So here grid option is there. Okay, so by default you are able to see in AutoCAD, you are able to see the grids. So some might be feel comfortable by drawing uh, by using grids. So in that case, in the SolidEdge itself, we can create some grids. So here we have show grid option. So I have selected show grid option. So see, I'm going to zoom it. So it will show a small area. Okay, this is a small area which is drawn with grid. So I need to extend it. For example, you can see line from the origin. So here to here. Okay, so total 20.04 is the total grid size. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to increase the grid size. Okay, so directly, so when you move your cursor on over the grid, you're able to see a over boundary of the grid. Okay, so click on the boundary, you are able to see all the 8 points of the 8 points of the grid adjustment points. Okay, so I'm going to increase the grid size. So drag it to outer direction. See, so whatever the size, if you are going to manually drag by using cursor, you can drag by using these 8 points in any direction. Okay, or else I don't want to manage this grid in a cursor. Just give the values of x direction, y direction. Okay, so by using the values, the grid will be automatically adjusted. So I'm going to give y value as 200. Enter. See, so total 200 y value, and the x value is in 128.48. So I'm going to give it in a 200 also. Okay, so like this we can change our grid size. Okay, so next one, so snap to grid. So here I'm zooming it for our convenience. So I'm going to draw some lines. Okay, so here I'm able to draw from one grid middle point to another grid middle point, right? So if we activated the snap to grid, see, I'm going to activate the snap to grid. So what will happen means, so each and every cursor point will be toggles to the grid intersection snap point. Okay, see, I have activated this point snap to grid. I'm going to select some line. Okay, so see, so I'm going to start from here. See, so it will follow grids. Okay, so like that, if for our normal drawings, it will be somewhat difficult to manage. Okay, so we are not going to, mostly we are not going to use the snap to grid. Okay, so we are in rare cases only we are going to use the snap to grid. Next one is XY key points. Okay, here whenever we activate the XY key points, it will show in the bottom left side. Okay, so for my convenience, I'm going to drag it to top side. So here we can give the x and y values of inputs. Okay, we can directly give the x and y values. So from here to here, I don't know exact point, so I'm giving some 100 and 100. Okay, see, by default, it is taking the 100 and 100. Here is the 100 and 100 point only from the origin. Okay, so like this, every input we can give through XY key points. Okay, by nature we don't need this XY key point. Only in rare case we are going to use. Why? Because whenever we are going to take as a tool, so whenever we are going to take some line or rectangle or everything, so in the default we have a smart tooltip in the top side. Okay, it is called tooltip. Okay, so it will automatically show whether the line we have selected a line. It is asking the line length as well as the line angle. So everything it is going to ask. Okay, so we don't mostly we don't need this XY tool. Okay, wait. So next one is repositioning the origin. Okay, so for example, see, so here you're in the grid, you're able to see this is the origin, and there are two lines. So when it comes to horizontal, it is the line horizontal is represented in a red color. Okay, and when it comes to vertical is represented in a green color. Okay, so this is the origin. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to reposition the origin to some other point. See, so reposition the origin. So I'm going to reposition it to this corner. Okay, this line endpoint. See, so now my origin is repositioned to this corner. See, horizontal line representing in red color and vertical line representing in the green color. Okay, so now whatever the measurements we are going to take, every measurement will be taken from this new origin point. Okay, so next one, for example, we don't need this origin, so we need to go back to the original one. Okay, origin here. So we have option called zero origin. Okay, either we can directly click on F12 or else we can directly go for this option. See, again my origin comes back to the original point. Okay, so green and red color indicating from the axis origin point. Okay, so like this we can manage this axis system as well as the grids. And next final one is grid options. Okay, we have directly selected the show grid point and we have enlarged in the grid size, but there are still some other options in the grids. See, here we have already shown displayed the grid, and here when it comes to the size, okay, so here minor space in between the lines and major line spacing. So here you can clearly see there are some dark lines, dark black lines as well as the light black lines. Okay, so this is the spacing. So in between major spacing, 50 is there, and when it comes to major lines, there is 5 So in case we need to change it to 100 major spacing, which is nothing but from one black line to another black line. So we are going to increase 100. Okay, so distance between two major lines will be 100. So like that we can edit these spacing, line spacing, and at the same time we can see the major line color is in a dark blue and minor line color is in a custom color. Okay, for example, I'm going to change it to some red color. Okay, just for our convenience. So I'm just red and green color. I'm going to click on OK. See what happened? Our green colors completely changed. Major lines are indicated in a red color, and when it comes to the minor lines are indicated in a green color. So I am changing my options back. Okay. Dark blue major colors, and these are custom. So default I have taken. Click on OK. Okay. So now they change it back to normal. So like this we can manage our grids. Okay. Next, when it comes to relation, yes, in the previous class itself, I have discussed some minor details about the relations. Okay, so today we are going to go in deep with relation. So before starting, I'm going to draw some lines. Okay, so like this, I have drawn some individual lines. Okay, I'm exiting from a line. Now, so here you can see previously when we are drawing, so we have activated the maintain relations. Okay, so it is completely when we are drawing this horizontal line to next vertical line, it automatically taken one relation here, which is nothing but connect. Okay, so now I'm going to connect one more line. See, so select the connect this line endpoint. I'm going to connect with this line endpoint. Okay, see, now the connect relation is formed now. See the symbol of the connection. So a rectangle box will be indicated. Okay, so like this we can connect them. So next one is horizontal or vertical. So this horizontal is vertical. See, you can see observe in the tooltip. So nearest possible angle, it will convert into a either vertical or horizontal. For example, you can see this line is very near to the horizontal. So it will be converted directly into horizontal line. I'm going to activate this horizontal relation, horizontal or vertical. So select this line. So what happens? It is converted into a horizontal line. Okay. So now if we selected this one, it is near to the vertical. So it will automatically convert into a vertical line. See, you can able to see, observe the relation here. Plus symbol is in the middle of the line. You're able to see a plus symbol. It is nothing but the relation indication of the horizontal or vertical. Okay, so next one I'm going to make this okay, so I need to draw one more circle. Okay, so I have drawn some circle in here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to apply some tangency to the circle to this line. So apply this tangency. So this is the tangent line and this is the curve. See? So completely. So here is the symbol. The circle symbol indicates the tangency. So this line will be tangent to the circle. Okay. So like this, we can apply the tangency. For example, I'm going to apply some parallels. So this line and this line is completely almost perpendicular. So I'm going to apply. Okay, so we can apply for this one, or else we can apply this one also. So this is the parallel. So I'm going to take this line as my modified and this line as my reference. See what happened? Completely, the line is completely parallel to this reference line. Okay, whenever you are going to select in the solid edge, so remember one main thing, which is nothing but when you are selecting the first element, that element will be modified, and the second element which you are going to select, that will be your reference. Okay, so now I'm going to give equal. Okay, so this line is so small, so I'm going to convert this line, small line, into which is in equal length with the large line. See, so these two are in equal lengths. Like this, we can form equals. Next one, symmetric. For example, I'm going to draw one more circle in this side. Okay, but a bigger one. Okay, so this one is larger than the small size. Okay, so I'm going to apply symmetric. Okay, before applying the symmetric, we need to give the symmetric axis. Okay, here is the symmetric axis. I'm going to apply, I need to give some reference. So I'm taking the z axis as my symmetric axis. Okay, so after giving the axis, I can apply my symmetric. So here, apply the symmetric. So this is the modifiable one and this as my reference. See, so this is the symbol of the relation called symmetric. Okay, so you can check this both circles will be in the same size as well as the same height with respect to this same distance with respect to this symmetric axis. Okay, if you want to check, you can even check with your dimension. See, so 14.88, at the same time this is also 14.88. And one more thing is, once you have applied the symmetric, you don't need to give two you don't have to give dimensions for both the objects. Okay, giving one object is enough. For example, I'm going to delete this dimension. Okay, so I'm editing this one also. Okay, this is 14.88 is enough. So I'm editing it to some 20 mm. See, whenever we are editing, so the same modification will be applied to the symmetric object. See, the size is also increased enough, and the same time. So I'm going to check distance also. So from this vertical line, okay, so I need to check with the center point. Okay, what is the total distance? 78.82. I'm going to decrease this line or else increase this line. So it is I'm making it as 100. Enter. See what happened? Along with this original circle, the symmetric circle has also moved back. Okay, so like this, we can apply the symmetric. So symmetric is not only for the size and also for the geometric relations also. Okay, next one, this is a concentric. So I'm going to draw one more circle in here. Okay, so I need to make this circle with respect to this circle, this small symmetric circle, a concentric circle, which is nothing but, so I need to make these two circles center point as one. Okay, so select the concentric. I'm going to change the center point with this small circle. So what happened? So see, two circles will be the indication of the concentric. Okay, so next one, perpendicular. So this perpendicular is nothing but I'm going to make this inclined line to perpendicular to this horizontal line. See, it is perpendicular to the horizontal line. At the same time, previously whatever the relation we have given, so like given the tangency to this circle and given this parallel and as well as the equal, every relation will be followed. Okay, there won't be any change. Okay, unless if in case we are giving overly relations with one object to another, so some in some cases it will be over constrained. So I will show that one also. Just I'm going to make okay, in next drawings you will are able to understand what is the over constraints. Okay, so I will continue with the remaining one, collinear. So collinear is nothing but, for example, so these are two different lines. I'm going to make these two lines in a collinear manner. So change this inclination of line with respect to this inclined line. See, completely it's a alignment completely collinear with the reference line. Okay. So next one, lock. Lock is nothing but, for example, we don't want to move or edit anything in this entire diagram. Okay, so I'm going to select this lock. Okay, so we are going to lock the entire diagram. See, for one or more elements to be requested, change the context with the existing. Okay, so it cannot be locked because we have given symmetric with respect to this one. Okay, so if we want to lock, we have to lock entirely. See, only here up to these lines will be locked. Okay, so see, for example, I'm going to change its length. Okay, it is not possible to change once the object is completely locked. We cannot change its length or size or position, whatever. Okay, so like this we can completely lock. This is a lock symbol, just a small line with small, see, small lock symbol. Okay, so now I'm going to undo this one, and next one is nothing but rigid. Okay, rigid set. For example, I'm going to draw one more line or also two different lines. Okay, Control H. Here I'm going to draw this line and right click. I'm going to draw one more line here. Okay, these two lines does not have any relation with one another. Okay, so now I'm going to apply some rigid set. So see, before applying the rigid set, I can move this object from one place to another place here, like this. And the same time, this one also we can move one place to another. Okay, individually we can change or modify. So even if we want to increase the length also, I'm going to increase the length. Okay, so or else I'm going to decrease it, I can decrease it. Not only this line, but also this one also we can increase or decrease. Okay, so like this we can individually modify. When it comes to rigid set, for example, I'm going to apply rigid set for these two. Okay, so here applying the rigid set. So with respect to this one, okay, these two are going to be a rigid set. So right click and exit the command. Okay, so see, almost it is a rhombus shape for the rigid set indication. Okay, similar to the connecting. But now previously what happened? Previously we can either move or edit individually. So now let's try once again to move the object. See what happened? Okay, so I'm moving a single object, but with respect to the moving of single element, first element, the second element will be moved automatically. Why? Because these two are completely rigid one another, so we cannot move individually. Okay, so like this we can apply the rigid set. Okay, so up to here everything, I think everything clear. So draw and relations I have explained. Okay, So next, IntelliSketch. So whenever I'm going to draw line, so from here to here, okay. So see, after completion of a line, it is indicating some blue color bubbles. Okay, so like this is the start point, this is the midpoint, and this is the end point. Okay, so it is showing the lines, right? So I'm going to end this line. So I'm going to turn off all these IntelliSketch points. Okay, so all the IntelliSketch points are turned off. Okay, so now what? See, select this line. Only these points are there. So for example, I'm going to start another line from this end point. See, a end point or midpoint is not showing anywhere. Okay, now I'm going to activate my IntelliSketch endpoint and midpoint. Okay, now you can observe. So when my cursor is moving on the line, so it will directly indicate the end point as well as the midpoint. In the same way, when we are going to select a circle, okay. So for example, I didn't activate any remaining points in the sketch options. Okay, I only activated my endpoint and midpoint. So for example, I'm going to draw one more circle with respect to this center point. See, is it indicating any center point in here? It won't indicate any center point because we have turned off the center. Okay, I'm now activating the center. So you can able to see when I'm moving my cursor over the circle, it will show completely plus symbol center point. Okay, see, I can directly select the center point. I can continue with my another drawing another circle. Okay, so like this, with the help of IntelliSketch, we can easily activate the grip points. Okay, so this is the on element. Like this, we remember to activate these options whatever you needed, perpendicular, tangent, or continuous line. Okay, so remember to activate these points. Okay, with the help of these points, it will be very easy to draw and select. Okay, so I have already shown, like when we are going to draw in a midpoint or we are going to drag it to somewhere. Okay, selection, everything will be easy. Okay, next one. So we have seen all these relation colors and alignment indicated in the previous class. And here is the IntelliSketch options. So here only some of the options are able to see. So if you want to see all the options in the IntelliSketch, click on the bulb icon. Okay, so here it is the IntelliSketch options. So auto dimensions and relationship cursor. So these are the options available here. So auto dimension is nothing but it will create automatical dimensions. So when we are going to deal with the dimensions, I will explain it once again. So next, relationships. So these are all the points which we are normally when we are going to draw, we are going to use. Okay, endpoint, midpoint, and the point or element you can activate or inactivate. Okay, based on our requirement. Next, the center point is necessary, and the also the point we don't need it. And intersection, okay, endpoint, okay. Next, curve controlling vertex. Controlling vertex is nothing but when we are drawing a spline curve, so there are vertex will be there. So by using the vertex, we can control the curve apex. Okay, so next, pierce point. Pierce point is also not necessary. Next, ellipse axis point. So if you are going to deal with the ellipse, it is necessary. Okay, next, tangent, horizontal, vertical, parallel, perpendicular. So these are all the points available in the IntelliSketch. So click on OK. So like this, we can control the IntelliSketch. Next one, dimensions. Okay, so in previously when I'm drawing a small exercise, I have explained you that how you are going to give dimensions with the line or curve. Okay, so remaining option we are going to explain now. click on the smart dimension. Okay, then you are going to select the smart dimension. So you will able to see this smart tool. Okay, so within the smart dimension, you can give the line distance and curve radius, or else curve diameter, or else tangential distance between one object to another object. So every measurement, almost every measurement can be done by using this single tool called smart dimension. Okay, so next I'm going to demonstrate one by one. First, basically it is a tooltip of smart dimension. Next one, so here is the log symbol is there. Okay, a small log symbol is there. So it is also called driving. Okay, so remember the log symbol is in activate. For example, I am not going to activate, it is unlocked. Okay, so I am going to select this line and give the dimension. Okay, so you can clearly see the variation. So by default, what is the color of the dimension? It will be a dark red color. Okay, so if we are unlocked this driving, so what happened? It is not going to log this particular line. Okay, so I am exiting this tool, and now I am going to increase it. See, so like this, it is not going to log this particular dimension. For example, we are going to edit it. Okay, so here 23.19 is there. I'm going to make it as 25. See, like this, the color will be in the same way. Even we have given the dimension, it is not going to log. See, the indication will be in the dimension will be in underline. Okay, so like this is the driving turned off. So now I'm going to change it to log the dimension. Okay, so again I'm going to give the dimension for this particular line. See what happened? Original length of the line is not changed, but the value we have given is changed. Okay, so now I'm going to give this line. I'm going to edit this dimension. 23.19 is there. So now I'm going to give it a 30. What happened? So line is increased to 30, but still the value of the unlocked dimension is showing 25 only. Okay, this is the variation. This is only applicable when we are going to manipulating the dimensions without modifying the original size of the diagram. Okay, we can just directly even here we can change the value. See, so 25 is there. I'm going to make it as a 200. Okay, even I have given the 200 value. It is not going to change anything in the diagram. Okay, only the dimension value will be manipulated. Okay, so that is the difference between driving locked and unlocked. Okay, so now, so this is the driving. Next one, here we can see the dimension style mapping. So here, just a minute. So in this dimension, we can either map this style. Okay, so we need to clear all the dimensions. So then only we can understand this mapping. Okay, so I'm turning it off. So here dimensions are in ISO mm. So in case we need to change the dimensions to inches or meters or centimeters, we can directly select the standard format here itself. Okay, previously when we are drawing, we have checked the units. Okay, whether the units are in mm or meters or inches or feet like that. Okay, so even in this stage also, in the dimension also, we can change the units standards. Okay, so if you want to meters, so we can convert them into meters. We can directly select this element. See, it is converted into a meters, 0.03 meters. Okay, or else we need to change it into a feet. We can change it to feet. See, 0.10 feet, like that. So like this we can change the original standard measuring unit. Okay, I'm changing it back into mm, ISO mm. Okay, so next one, the precision also we have seen round off, it is called. So we can either select without precision, or else we can select with the precision of 4 digits, or else some overall whole number. Okay, so I'm going to check this line. See, after the point we will get to see 4 digits. We have given 4 digits. Okay, see, total 4 digits will be visible. Like this we can see the round off. Okay, based on our requirement completely. Next one, advanced round off is there. So in this advanced round off we can see primarily linear, we have given 0. After 4 point we have given 4 digits. Okay, so or else we can give linear tolerances to up to 2 points. Next one, secondary linear, like this, these are all the advanced round off. Okay, so next one, so we up to now we have seen directly selecting the lines. We have whatever the object we are going to select. Based on the selection, it will give, if it is a line, it is going to give the length, and if the object we have selected is a circle, it will give the diameter, or else if we are going to select a curve, so I am going to draw some arc by 3 points. So it was automatically based on our selection. So automatically it will show if either a length or a diameter or a radius. Okay, so up to now everything clear. So based on our selection, whatever the element we have selected for measuring, so based on its requirement, if it is a curve, it is going to mark a radius. If it is a circle, it is going to mark some diameter. If it is a line, it is going to mark the length. Okay, length of the line. So in case, okay, in case I need to measure angle between these two lines. Okay, so angle between these two lines. So initially select the first line. Okay, after selecting the first line, it will automatically by default it will show the distance of the total length of the line. Okay, 18.3. Okay, so see, in the advanced dimension we have given, after the point we have given 0.2 digits. Okay, so you see like this, this is the secondary dimension. So like this it is taking advanced dimensions. Okay, so okay, now I'm going what I need, instead of total length, I need angle between this line to this line. Okay, so you can directly select this line, or else, for example, I'm going to directly select this line. So what happened? So distance between these endpoints in horizontal direction or vertical direction it is showing. Okay, so I don't want this distance. What I needed, I need to measure the angle. So here, so smart dimension angle is there. Activate this one. So you can drag here, click on here. So what is the angle? You can measure between the angles of these two lines. Okay, 112.41. Next one, not only angle. For example, I'm going to measure some distance. Okay, so basically when we are going to select the circle, it will measure from the center point. Okay, I don't want to measure from the center point, so I want some distance between from this line to this edge point, tangent point. So here we have option called tangent. Okay, so I'm going to select this tangent. So directly select the circle. So what happened? So this tangent outline will be calculated. See, so this is the distance from this access to this tangent point. Okay, in some cases there will be dimensions for the tangent, so I'm explaining that one. And the radius and diameter you have already seen. Okay, next, this concentric diameter. So we can also measure the concentric diameter. So this is a object. So I'm going to measure the concentric diameter with this one. So in between the two circles, distance will be concentric diameter, like this. Okay. So next one, elliptical diameters. Next one, counterclockwise angle measurements. So these are all the smart dimension angle measurements, and along with the dimensions itself, we can even give the pressure values. Okay, so here prefix or suffix is there. So I'm going to apply this inspection. For example, see, I'm going to give dimension for this one, but I need to give inspection with the some other person. Okay, so I need to remind them to check the value. Okay, so what I will do directly in the dimension, when we are giving the dimension itself, we can give the inspection symbol. Okay, this is the inspection symbol. So along with this one, I need to give some here prefix is there. Okay, so I need to give some prefix like some other diameter or radius, like that. So either we can give the symbols. Okay, special character as symbols. So here we will have almost all the symbols, including the counter board size, or this depth, including curve size, as well as the tolerances, like that. We can add anything. So I'm going to um, size. Okay, tolerance zone size, I'm going to use T, and I'm going to apply it. Only prefix I have given, so I can even give superfix as well as a suffix. Okay, in the superfix I'm going to give the diameter plus or minus symbol, which is nothing but the indication of the tolerances, and in the suffix I'm going to give some other value. Okay, so I have given some uh, counter sum. Okay, so apply this one. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to give this circle. So what happened? See, so including the inspection. Okay, include the inspection. So whatever the prefix I have given, and as well as this superfix. Okay, so including every detail will be included in here. Okay, so in case we don't want any inspection, we can turn it off. As well as we don't want any prefix. Okay, so directly you can give normal dimension also. Okay, so entirely based on our requirement, so we can either add or remove. Okay, next, when it comes to these angles, okay, so completely we are going to measure the angle in a counterclockwise direction. Okay, so every angle will be measured. Right, so we can change the direction also. When measuring, we can change the direction also. Okay. So I will show. Next one is jogger dimensions. Jogger dimensions are convenient for drawing a complex, when measuring in a complex diagram. Okay, so for dragging out entire details to outside. For example, see, smart dimension. Here I'm going. Here it is a jogger dimension. Is I'm going to activate this one. So take this. Wait. Okay. So here I'm going to give. So like, so when it is necessary, I will explain that. Okay. So like this normal dimension, by using normal dimension itself, we can maximum cover length, angle, as well as the radius or diameter, everything in this distance between two individuals. So we can cover all the details. So instead of this smart dimension, we have some more tools in here. Okay, just I'm going to clear this entire sketch. Okay, so now I'm going. We have to see the remaining options available here. So what I'm going to do for my convenience, I'm going to draw some lines. Okay, so some irregular shape I have drawn. Now, so let's check one by one tools in the dimension. So distance between the elements. So for example, I want to measure the distance from here to from here. So it is also by using small dimension itself, we can directly measure this distance between elements. Okay, or else instead of selecting the smart dimension, we can also directly go for distance between and angle also there. Okay, angle between the two elements. For example, here is some angle is there, so I need to select in between these two angles. Okay, so or else we can directly go for in the smart dimension also we have angle. Okay, next one is coordinate dimension. Okay, very in some cases very important. So I'm going to select the coordinate. In the coordinate itself, we have coordinate dimension as well as the change coordinate orientation. So I will explain first coordinate dimension. So here I'm going to select this point as my coordinate origin point. Okay, so I'm dragging it downwards so that you are able to see every detail clearly. Okay, so here up to here. So from here, this whatever the point I have selected in the first place. So from there to each and every dimension will be measured. See here this point. I'm just selecting the end points. So it will automatically change the, see, from this for starting point to gradually all the distance will be coordinates will be measured. Okay, so 0, 19 and 80 point something. So like this every point distance will be measured, okay, in the coordinate manner. For example, I don't want my origin point in this end point, so I'm going to change it to somewhere in the middle. Okay, so here in the origin point we can change the coordinate origin. So directly click on dimension whatever. For example, I'm going to change it to here. Okay, see in the middle will be the my origin. Okay, so previously in the end point we have given. So now I change my origin point to middle. So okay, from this middle point itself, it is going to measure the remaining points, remaining coordinates. Okay, so from this point to here it is at 15.2, and from this origin to here 27.18. Like this coordinates will be measured. Okay, so next one, angle. So angular coordinate measurement. So I haven't drawn anything for measuring like that. So I'm going to draw some line here. So I'm going to, for more easiness, I'm going to apply rotate, and I'm going to copy multiple objects. Okay, so this is my center of rotation. Okay, so I'm going to give some incremental or else we can directly use the cursor for irregular rotation. Okay, so like this I have rotated some lines for measuring my angle. Okay, so I'm going to give this angular coordinate system. So just this is my starting point. Okay, great. Okay, this is the zero angle. Okay, so from here itself I'm going to measure all the angles. Okay, so whatever the angle endpoints, see, so every point angle will be measured. Okay, so like this. So in the measurement you can clearly see everything is in a clockwise direction. If you are going to apply anti-clockwise direction, here escape this, so click on the axis. Okay, angular coordinate system. So if you want to apply the angle, measure the angle in a anti-clockwise direction, counterclockwise direction, activate this one so that you are able to see. So this is the zero angle. Next one, see, I'm going to click in here 60, and next one it is 1111111.5852. Next one here. So like this we can directly measure in a clockwise direction or else anti-clockwise direction based on our needed. Okay, so like this we can measure the angle in coordinate dimension. Next one is symmetric diameter. So symmetric diameter is nothing but in our exercise we will able to see this one. So next one is dimension axis. Okay, so for this one we are going to draw some axis. Okay, for example, when we given this dimension, every dimension is taken in a horizontal. Okay, or if we are going to measure in vertical, it is going to make mark in vertical manner, right? So instead of giving it in a horizontal or vertical, I need to make some angle. Okay, so whatever the measurement I am going to take, I am going to make in an inclined manner. See, this is the inclined manner, inclination axis. So go for dimension axis. So this is a key line. Okay, this is the alignment of the dimensions. Okay, so now I'm going to select this line. Wait, so I have given the axis. I'm going to measure the line. It is not taking just a minute. So I'm going to clear this first. So it is more complex when we are given all those things in single diagram. Okay, I have drawn some individual lines. So I'm going to give one more inclined line like this. So this line will be acting as the dimension axis. So I have given this dimension axis. Now I'm going to measure distance. Wait. So I will explain this later. So up to here, so we have discussed some dimensions, relations, as well as the interlaced sketch. Okay. So remaining will be annotations. Annotation I'm going to explain that drafting. Okay, so up to here, dimensions are still there, some remaining dimensions. So I will explain them later. So next one is block and zoom. These are all I'm going to explain in next class. So up to here, if you have any doubts, you can ask.